Hey friends, this is OP Seeker, where we try to optimize our play, and basically today we're going to be going to Hushwoods in Veteran, and it's really going to be actually very suboptimal because we're going to be trying to beat this level with the musketeers only, and the main problem right now is that this whole map only features armor-based enemies, and yeah, they resist damage from the musketeers. So how can we manage this? So the first thing we want to do is to level up Malik, our avatar, and for this you always want to attack the unarmored enemies because it gives you more XP as you can inflict more damage. So we want to focus on these bandits and basically get rid of the brigands that actually have armor as much as possible.
It's hammer time.
So yeah, the main two issues with the enemies are swarms, which musketeers are not very good at against, and also armor. Big, beefy enemies that have armor, like the marauders, the raiders, and the pillagers that don't have armor but they have a lot of HP. So basically, for the brigands, for the unarmored enemies that swarm, we want to use barrage because it's an AOE, very powerful, and we want to balance this out with sniper shots that will insta-kill enemies even if they have a lot of armor or a lot of HP. So at first, our idea is to focus on building barrage, because on the first waves, all you see are just swarms of enemies. So at first, you don't really need insta-kill. You need AOE. And all that time, I'm just trying to hack on these bandits just to get XP. Right now, I'm level 3. And you want to level up to have more HP, to do more damage, and also to unlock abilities like the stun attack, just to do some crowd control on the enemies. So far so good. We already have one barrage upgrade going, working on a second musketeer tower, and yeah, and because we're defending at the back of the map, generally speaking, you can call in the next wave a bit earlier, because it takes them time to actually get where you are. So what we want to do now is actually we want to disrupt the waves, because if the big pack of enemies actually come to your defenses, you can get overwhelmed. So right now we want to mess up these marauders and just make them pay the price. There's a price to come, and the price is to get Rain of Fire over. Then we call the next wave very quickly, so the wolves actually have to run through the magma and just die from this. So yeah, you kind of want to go back and make sure that nothing goes through, and pretty much like rely on these two musketeer towers, and you can see the barrage attack is very, very powerful to get rid of these swarms of wolves and wargs and so on. So, we have a good situation now, pretty good. Also, wolves and fast enemies are so vulnerable to Rain of Fire because they might run into like the random patches. So now we have these three towers with the barrage upgrades. We're pretty good, but what is showing up now is the raider. We have 2 raiders, and these are the most troublesome enemies of this map because they have a lot of HP. They have great armor, which stops a lot of our damage. And also they do a lot of damage with their range attack. But we want to focus on these 4 raiders and, ask them to pay the ticket, because you can just go by in the forest and not actually pay entrance fee. So now this is a bit of a tricky situation because, yeah, we kind of got destroyed by the raiders. And now we have pretty healthy raiders that are almost at the end of the map. And we don't really have insta-kill yet. But luckily, if you wait at the right time, you can just rain of fire and get rid of it. I think it's important to use your rain of fire pretty regularly, because then you have the value of, trading rain of fire to basically taking away enemy HP. But also, if you use it soon enough, it's still going to replenish. And over the course of the whole map, you're going to be able to use more of it, thus, reducing more enemy HP. So, we're still in that situation, pretty down in defense, but now we have some insta-kill sniper shots. And again, we have the refresh of our Rain of Fire. So especially at the start, with this composition, we're pretty weak. So you have to be rather conservative at the start. And you'll see that the goal of this strategy is to get over a tipping point at one stage in the map, where we're just going to be able to overpower the enemies. But we're not there yet, so you have to pay attention. Make sure that the wolves don't slip through your defenses. And as long as you pay attention there, and you keep messing up these big armored enemies, like the raiders, you should be fine. So now, the good thing is you can still be pretty confident with the long range of the towers, because even if some of the swarms or the wolves actually go through, you still should be able to hit them with the long range of your towers. So now we have the first pillager showing up, and what we're going to do is we're going to ignore it, let it go to our towers, hoping that it's going to get sniped.
Out of my way.
So now, you want to disrupt the flow of enemy, and instead of having them come in a pack, you want to have them like drip one after another. So it's going to be easier for your defenses to take care of them and basically not get overwhelmed. And now we're going to do a group treatment for access to the park. They have to pay the price and all get under the Rain of Fire. We have a pack of slow enemy for the next wave, so we can call in the wave early.
I pity the fool. It's hammer time.
Yeah, so you can see like the HP was getting very low even without getting headshot. But in the end, they still got headshot. So this is our strategy is going well now. It's a bit weak on the bottom side, but we're keeping watch, and we're gonna upgrade on the center, but also on the top lane and the bottom lane, because if you get out of balance, because one of the lanes actually feeds more enemy into your choke point, this is when your defense start to get weak. So you saw, the pack of raiders, I made them pay the price. You always want to make sure that you weaken them before they get to your defenses. So you see that the defense now is working very well. We have a lot of barrage, so the swarm enemies are not going to be much of a problem. And we also start to have now a lot of we have some sniper, but now that we're feeling a bit better, a bit more safe, we still want to upgrade, keep upgrading these barrage, but you see that now I'm not too concerned about the enemies coming in. I can just rain of fire when I have a good opportunity, because I'm starting to feel a bit more safe now. And you'll see that wave of defense is gonna start to work very well.
I pity the fool.
So I'm still, upgrading the barrage. But as this wave goes, you'll see that even with these very healthy raiders, I have enough headshots going that is still good enough. And again, with the Rain of Fire coming, right now I'm feeling very, very good. So at this point of the map, I'm going to start to feel safe. So now I'm going to stop being nice. I'm going to go straight up for the sniper shots, to go for insta-kills, because I feel safe enough not to be overwhelmed. So now we stop being nice.
Can't touch this.
You know, you learn in life that, you know, you want to be nice at first, but you realize that if you're too nice,
Can't touch this.
what happens is you get raiders coming in your defenses. That's not what you want. So now it's time to spend more time and energy upgrading the sniper shots. And what a great opportunity, a bunch of bandits on the bottom lane. So I'm just going to go there, grind XP. You can see that I'm not even concerned about defending my choke point. I feel safe, especially because this wave, they have a lot of enemies, like a swarm enemies, but we know that we have enough barrage to deal with this.
Out of my way.
And we also have the sniper shots, and because the big beefy enemies are actually very isolated, our defense is going to be able to deal with this easily. So now we have the next wave. The next wave actually has, I think, faster units. So we want to make sure that we deal with the current wave before we call in the next one.
It's hammer time.
And now, so now actually we have these four raiders. So we want to make them pay the price. We want to give them a visit, but also, why not also go and rain of fire as the wargs are actually running in for added effect. So, you know,
Can't touch this.
previous wave were pretty strong. We just want to not let the enemies ramp up in numbers. So you just want to keep up and keep building your defenses. Same way. No big decision one way or another. Just keep spending your money and improve your defenses. Because the core is set. We just want to, you know, keep the dynamic going. Now we have a bunch of enemies converging at the same time, so you know it's a good opportunity, good time to actually go and defend. And again, you know, rain of fire. I think that there's kind of a cycle in the waves. You know, the designers, they make sure to have all these enemies converge at the choke point to overwhelm you. But this cycle also kind of is synchronized with the refresh of the rain of fire. So that's another good reason to keep using your rain of fire every time you end up in that choke point being overwhelmed, because there's a good chance that it's going to be a cycle. If you keep using it at that moment, it's going to be refreshed the next time another group of enemy converges to your defenses to overwhelm them. So, you know, at this point, you are just trying to mess up with the enemies, and also you want to stay in range of the raiders so that it triggers their range attack and, you know, makes them lose a bit of time, so you have more time to kill them. And again, look, a bunch of enemies come to my choke point, and that's exactly the moment where my rain of fire is refreshed.
It's hammer time.
So it's already the last wave. Yeah, so, you know, pretty good. Everything is going well. Okay, you know, again, only the raiders are really troublesome, but if you pay attention and if you leveled up your hero, you should be able to stun them and take care of them. Okay, so now it's, you know, getting a bit tricky. We're getting to the end of the space, but you know, should be fine. You can keep your fingers crossed that you're gonna be supported by your sniper shots.
It's hammer time.
You know, okay, there's a bunch of raiders, so maybe it's gonna be a bit tough. But in the end, you know, you actually still have a refresh for your rain of fire. So in the end, it still goes okay. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think. Cheers.